sit onto the bed with your knees bent over the edge here. Yeah, in that position there. So, hip flexor. I had showed you two testing positions. We had seated, so we did in 90 in this position, and I did it supine at 90 as well. Now, obviously, functionally, most of the time we're upright running around, so you want to also have a position where you two can test in 0. So the hip flexor position that I use for this, which I've got to show you, I want you back on your elbows, so lay back, sorry, rest down, put your elbows on the bed, you're resting there, yep. Now come down again so that your knees are bent at 90, a little bit back that way, just there. So the legs can just hang like that. If I'm testing this side, this knee is up here to help support. Hands you can hold onto the bed, and the position now of your hip is in neutral. From there, pick your knee up towards the ceiling, that hip flexor activity. Relax again. So again, we're talking about how can I be able to overpower someone who's strong through their hip flexor like Gloria explained today. So when you go up like that, I can get my whole body weight over. So you first of all teach them the movement, and then from here let it come down, Gloria. Come down to the start position. Okay, now build up and push against me and push, 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 relax. Good. So I use this in a fixed point with a fixed point dynamometer, belt around here, and it directly down to the load cell on the ground. You could also use a handheld dynamometer there to get that number as well. But it's a good position in a more extended, slightly, more neutral hip flexion, but also functional. The position that you pick should also reflect the position of whether it's injury or what they do, their function. So if you have a runner, you may want to test them in this position. I work with hockey and I work with goalkeepers. We've had a couple of goalkeepers recently who've had hip flexor issues because they do a lot of kicking type movements. I've tested them in flexion, but I also test some of them in neutral as well. Then in this position as an alternate for the quads, you can also do from here. So if you push out into me, that's another position that you can do. So you're doing that combined hip neutral, knee flexed quad activity. So it is now, you're testing them in this position. Okay, so that might be relevant for your kicking athletes as well, and your rec fem strains.
Right. Would you have more counter force with the position like this to get the power from the right legs since they want to get reinforced?
Yeah, you're allowed to. You can stabilise. So the rules of the game is you can stabilise with everything else. It's not a balance or a core measure. It is a measure of how much torque you can generate around that joint to straighten your knee, for example.
So basically you're testing more on compound instead of isolation?
Well, no, because the only thing that can straighten the knee is the quad. So it doesn't matter how strong this is. If there's weak here, they're going to be weak here. So it's definitely not compound. It is only the knee extension that I'm loading. So they can stabilise, but they can still only straighten their knee with their quad. Doesn't matter how strong this leg or arms are. They're not going to be able to do it if their quad is weak. Also, just in sitting also, you can also test hip internal and external rotation in sitting as well. So in this position, down here, keeping the tibia vertical, my arm I'm trying to be 90 degrees to the ankle. Hold that position, don't let me move you. Hold, 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 hold. And this one, don't let me move you. Hold, 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 hold. That was definitely stronger than that, wasn't it? So hip internal, external rotation. Okay. I think that was the only ones I missed from the ones that I wrote down for you. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Now, Gloria, yesterday we talked about your straight leg and your curvy leg. We're going to test your calf endurance. So I'm going to teach, now, while it seems like we're just testing everything in the leg, the reason is the knee's in the middle of this and it needs the muscles on either side. So calf is really important for supporting the posterior aspect of the knee. So we know the gastroc comes across the back of the knee. We want to know its capacity. And in a running athlete, you also want to know what their soleus capacity is too. We're going to test a straight-legged knee, and then you're lucky enough you're going to do it each. All of you are going to do it, right and left, on yourselves. So, we're going to test in knee extension to a metronome. This is the protocol that I use when I test. I use a small step, not because I want them, I coach the people that I don't want them to come down off the step into a dorsiflex position, but I want them to come to neutral, maintain that, but don't let the tension off the calf essentially. So if you come down on the floor, you go up and you come down. So you're up and you come down, you're resting in between reps. I don't want rest. So when you guys are doing it, and if you don't have access to a step at your practice, then you have to coach them. I don't want your heel to touch the ground. So I will talk you through now. Any clues where I've put my phone? Oh yeah, that's really it. All right, so I use a metronome. 60 beats per minute is 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. And I've got to stay on the beat. So with the testing protocol, which will start in a second, you are setting up the position. They need to maintain the position, maintain the height of the calf raise, maintain the quality of the movement. The decision to stop the test is based on loss of height of the calf raise, loss of control at the knee, so they'll start to do this sort of movement, or the person says, I can't do anymore, okay? They get one warning, so it's like, come on, keep going higher, and if they fail that warning, then they're out, okay? So Gloria, let's do it with you first, and we're going to do both legs. We need a bit of wall. Come on over here. Face the wall. You said right was your stronger one, but we want to find out, maybe you've got good strength, you just need more bulk. So you're going to have your opposite knee up, like you're about to go for a run. The test is you're going up, down, up, down. Do not let your heel touch the ground. So go double leg for me. Go up as high as you can. That's good. Yeah, as high as you can. So this is Gloria's maximal plant flexion range at calf raise. Come down. Do one calf, lift your left knee up, and do one calf raise on that one. Come down, put your left knee down, right foot off, and do one calf raise on your left. So her height looks about the same, doesn't it, when you're looking at it just grossly like that? Okay, don't feel any pressure. Okay. Now, you can hear the metronome?
Step over us, right?
No, single. So, left knee up. When you're ready, up, down, on the beat, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Keep your knee straight, up, down. How you going there, Gloria?
All right.
Up. Can you keep your knee straight? Okay, and stop. So I gave her a few more warnings. That was 13. I count with my fingers because I can't talk and count. That was 13 on your right. Let's go left, see what you can do. So when you're ready, don't rest in between. Right knee stays up, left knee straight. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Knee straight, knee straight, knee straight, and stop. So that's 8. Okay, so 8, 13. What we want in a healthy, active person, minimum 20, preferably 25. With a higher level activity person, we want 25 to 30. Okay? Endurance runners, I want 40 plus. Okay? 40 plus for ultra. People that do ultra events. I want 40 plus. Okay? So we've got limited wall capacity, but what I would like you to do is to do this. Now, there are lots of free metronome apps. If you don't have one, I can turn mine up as high as I can, and we can just listen to my metronome, and that might be better than listening to many metronomes. Also, let's go with your pair and coach them. So watch them, because you could feel when you lost your control, didn't you? You did a lovely demonstration on your left. But it's good to have someone to say, okay, knees straight, and try and see if you can maintain it, or else you go, no, actually that's not happening. So, in pairs, when you're ready and you're set up, I will press start on the metronome, then you need to coach your person and count for them, okay?
Is there any reference on this method?
Yes,
What
so
do you call that?
I call it a single leg calf endurance test. It's a very, well standardised it's well standardised.